Hi again. This is a share for a vintage junk journal that I've made for a swap on the Junk Journal Junkies Facebook group. And this is the first complete junk journal that I've made. This is actually my second attempt at the same book because the first book I didn't like the way the inside pages were coming out. And I'd already put them in the book, and I'd done a glued in cardboard spine, so I didn't want to rip that out. I thought it would be kind of messy. But this is, I like this book. This is a nice book. There's a few things that I've learned that maybe I would do differently the next time, but for this swap, this is a good start. So, without further ado, let me show you some of the parts of my journal. I'll show you my bead dangle first because it's from a Heartfelt Creations stamp and die. It's one of my peacock tassels. I showed that a peacock tassel in a previous video. This is a different one. I included the peacock feather as part of it, and I did a beaded dangle with some matching beads. There's a gold bead cap, and I included the bells for, of course, Kelly Bell, and some crystals and other beadwork. It's on a heart lobster claw clasp, so this bead dangle does come off. It's just in here with some small jump rings and some large jump rings. The front cover is a vintage photo that I got off of, I may have gotten that off Pinterest, and I just collaged some coffee dyed, everything is coffee dyed, so and I don't like coffee dyeing. I've come to that conclusion. I did some collage work to put around this photo, added some flowers and a couple of little roses. I put in some pearls and a few pieces of beaded stamen and a piece of lace. This yellow, this darker yellow color around the edges are micro beads that are glued in. And the shimmer I do with a Martha Stewart specialty paint. It's actually home decor paint, I think, that I got at Home Depot. Very interesting. Let me move that little stand out of the way. So that's the spine. It's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I covered it with a paper doily so you can't see the stitching. And then the back cover is the same as the front. It's collaged, coffee stained scrapbook paper, and there's a bird's nest with 3 little eggs in it. You can see from the top that I've used some natural fiber pieces for tag toppers, a paillette. Let's go to the binding, or the closure. Here I used regular coffee dyed seam binding. I put some little flowers on the end, and for the calyx I did some drop beads just around the back of the flower. I'll put that down if I show you. So there's some drop beads around the back of the flower, and that's on both ribbon ends. And then where the ribbon comes out of the book, I just did some more peyote stitch with, I believe these are 8 seed beads, they're either 8 or 6. And I did some drop beads on the ends just for some added color and to change the dimension. So let me untie and we'll go inside. Now this is a 6x9 inch mailing envelope. That was part of the requirements for this swap. I created a 3-dimensional pocket inside the front and back. This is a tag that fits easily in there. And then in the front page, this green part is a corner tuck. And it just has a little piece of paper and a tag. I don't think I'm going to talk through this whole thing. I'm just going to show you some of the pages. Get back in there. And that's just edge punching, some stamping, little pocket. It's just a flip out, heart die cut, little butterflies, some washi tape. On this side, the heart die cut is holding a tag that says strength. Sorry, my clock is going to chime. There's another pocket with graph paper. A couple of tags. Some edging on this page. Another tag that goes into that tuck spot, which is also a pocket. I think that's the center of the first signature. So there's a tag. Just fits right back in there. And here's another side tuck with a bottom tuck that has some decorative punching, and the tag just fits back in there. Here's a file folder page that says beautiful with a tuck pocket that just has a tag in it. There's another of those graph paper colored. This is actually an envelope. It's the other half of the envelope. And here is a piece of manila cardstock with some stamping that just has quarter folds. Here's a just a note tag. It's got natural fiber top, little place you could tuck, and it just slides back in there. Some stamping. Here, I call this my feather page with a butterfly. And here's a couple of tags. Actually, it's a ticket, and then a tag that's embossed with a bird and flower. This tucks back in there. The other part of that with another pocket and paper. Over here, we have a piece of lined, coffee stain lined paper that just has a little paper with lines on the back. It's a die cut. And then the other side of the paper clip has a banner. And we have some more stamping. And here is a die cut of two birds. And one bird is a tag that comes out, and the tail just slides back down into the other bird. And there's a butterfly. And some stamping. Lined paper. Here's another banner paper clip. Here's another delicate heart die cut with just a tuck of little slip of paper that you could make a note on. Just tucks back in there. This is another envelope. This has a side pocket, and in there there's two tags. Here's a tag with some stamping. This also says just a note. Has a bead on the end. And these beads are kind of cool because right now it's brown. My hands are a little cold, so I don't know if it'll change color. It's actually a mood bead. Yeah, my hands are cold. Let's see what I can do. We go. You can see it turning a little green. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. It's terrible to be cold and try to show mood stuff. But anyway, the bead changes color. It'll actually go a really brilliant green when it's warm. And here's another tag that has butterflies on the bottom. And that just slips into a pocket on the back side of this envelope. Some graph paper. Here's a little tab hole in the corner on that page. Some more paper that can be written on. Another part of the border punch. Here's a vintage bird and egg tuck spot. And then this is the center of the second signature, which is an envelope pocket. And in there, there's two like Instagram tags that you could put photos on or journal on with white gel pen. And they just slide back in there. And then the flap just tucks back inside. I'll do that after. Let's see, here's a paper clip with a dress form topper. Some more edge punching. Here's another flip. That's a vintage bird cage. Here's another idea for the corner where you can put a circle punch and use it as a tab. Some graph paper. More the other side of the envelope with a tag that says Hope. And then there's a brown page that can be journaled on. And then in the pocket, there is more manila cardstock that is meant for journaling and has more stamping. And there's a vintage bird tag that's just on a paper clip. And that brings me to the back cover. Now, there's another 3D pocket in the back cover, and inside that cover is this little matchbook that's actually trifold. And here's some coffee stained graph paper for notes. And there's a pull-out piece over here that just comes out like this and can be written on either side. And then in the center is a little pocket. And in that pocket is another little paper for notes. And that just slides back together like that. And then it just clips back and goes back inside that pocket. Now inside this back cover pocket, you can see that inside between the prongs there's, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little bling in there. And you open that up, and inside this pocket, which I have lined with coffee dyed scrapbook paper and some lace trim, and there's eyelets, is a smaller version of this journal, which has a paper doily, more of that glimmer paint, so I'm sorry for the glare. But this is, and it has a pocket. Okay, battery died, I'm back. Let's wrap this up. This is the small journal that's in the back of the book. Like I said, this is just a blank skeleton that whoever receives this little journal can decorate as they want to. The front pocket, inside pocket, it has a embossed tree tag inside, and there's stamping on the first page with butterflies and birds and encouraging words. And then it's just coffee stained paper. And the center of the signature has beads and acrylic leaf bead. This is an envelope that's got graph paper inside, and then inside each half of the envelope there are 2 little tags that can also be decorated or embellished. And that's the same on each side. And then there's more paper in the back for journaling. And then inside the back cover there is a corner tuck that's also a flip out paper, and the tag that says is embossed at the bottom and says, "You make me smile." The back cover on this little journal has a little birdhouse stamped on, with a bird stamped on the back of the doily. It also has that Martha Stewart glimmer paint on it. And this little stamp down here in the corner says, "Color outside the lines," which I think is encouraging. I like to color outside the lines. So anyway, that's the little journal that goes inside the back, into the back pocket on my envelope 6 and my 4x6 inch vintage junk journal that I made for the swap in the Junk Journal Junkies Facebook group. I hope whoever gets this little journal likes it. This is, like I said, my first swap, so I am hopeful. I really appreciate you spending your time with me, and I thank you for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope something in it inspired you, and I hope that it encourages you to create. Again, have a wonderful day. Please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate comments. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.